Hello, fifth graders. This is the video for the home connection called Comparing Fractions. Make sure your name is at the top and your number if you're in my class, and then let's get started. So number one asks you to color in the grid to show the fractions below. Each grid represents one whole, and I'm not going to do A or B because I feel like you should be able to do those pretty well. The only thing I'm going to remind you on C is that this is a tenth and you want 3/10. So there's a reminder for you of how to do that one. On D, 16/10. So of course we have 10/10 here. Then we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16/10. Okay. And then on E, 6/4, I'm going to go ahead and do this because I need it done for number 2. So 6/4, 4/4 would be this whole piece, and then 5/4, 6/4. Of course, you can color in any of those fourths that you want as long as 2 of them are colored in. So on number 2, we're going to use the pictures above to help complete each comparison below using less than, greater than, or equal to. So they've got an example here. If we looked back up here, we would see, and I'm going to go ahead and color these in now because you've already done that, so that we can use it to help us do the bottom. If we look up here, we see that 1/2 is greater than 3/10, if you remember how to use those symbols. So let's look at 6/4. So here's 6/4. We don't have 1 and 1/2 filled in, but I know that this is 1 and this is 1/2, so those are equal. B, 6/10. Well, again, I don't have 6/10 filled in, but I can see what 6/10 looks like right here. And I know that that is not as big as if I were to fill in this whole one, move this up here for 3/4. So 3/4 is bigger, so 6/10 is less than 3/4. Here's 16/10. We can look back up here. And we said this is the same as 1/2. This one is actually bigger because it has this piece on there. So 16/10 is greater than 1 and 1/2. 6/10 and 6/4. Again, this is 10/10, so this part is 6/10. And then it's saying compare it to 6/4. Well, 6/10 is a lot smaller than 6/4. So even though these numbers are smaller, the fourths, the 6/10 is a smaller piece. If my denominator is bigger, my pieces get smaller. So 6/4 is the bigger one. And then 3/10 and 1/4. If I can imagine taking these 3 little pieces here that are colored and moving them up here, it's going to be just a little bit bigger than 1/4. All right. Number 3, add these fractions and think about money to help. Well, we did 1/2 plus 1/4 many times in class today, so I'm going to leave that one for you to remember how that works. And then 1 and 1/2 plus 3/4. Well, I know that 1 and 1/2 is $1.50, and 3/4 is 75 cents. So then I'm going to add the 50 and 75. That gets me 1.25. So I need to add the 1, becomes 2.25. If that didn't make sense, we can stack it like this. Also, 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 7 is 12. Bring down my decimal, 2.25. So in case what I was talking out didn't make sense. So 2.25 changed to a decimal is 2 1/4. 1/2 plus 1/10. Well, 1/2 is the same as 5/10 plus 1/10 equals 6/10. Okay. And 3/10 plus 1/4. I'm going to think about money on this one again. 3/10 is 30 cents plus 1/4 is 25 cents equals 55 cents or 55 100ths. If you want to challenge yourself and see if you can simplify that, you sure can, but 55 100ths is just fine as an answer. Number 4, Francisco and his mother bought some fruit yesterday. They bought 2.5 pounds of peaches, 7/10 of a pound of raspberries, and 1 1/4 pounds of apricots. How many pounds of fruit did they buy in all? Show all your work. So we've got 2.5 plus 7/10 plus 1 1/4. And I'm going to change these to money. So 2.5 in money is 2.50. Okay. 7/10 is 70 cents. And then 1 1/4 is 1.25. So I'm going to stack those up now to add them. And I'm just going to do 2 at a time. 0, 12, carry my 1, 2, 3. And then I have to add 125 more. 5, 4, 4. So that would equal 4 45 hundredths. Remember, that's 45 out of 100. Sorry, I know that that's not the most clear. There we go. Okay, so again, using money to help us is going to really be helpful. Number 5, the challenge. Write 3 fraction addition problems in which the fractions have different denominators and the sum is 1. If you can't think of any other way to do it, think of different ways to make halves. So half of 10 is 5 plus half of 20 is 10. So that equals 1. Okay, challenge yourself to do B and C on your own. So again, you could do 2/4 and then figure out half of something else. And then another big challenge, fill in the missing numerators and denominators to make each comparison true. So if this number has to be bigger than 4 halves, I need to make the top number bigger than 4. So 5. 1/4 has to equal some 12th. Well, a fourth of 12 is 3. And 16 32nds has to be less than some number of eighths. Well, 16 is half of 32, so this is 1/2. So any number greater than 4 would work in that space. All right, I hope that was helpful. If you still have questions, please ask. Otherwise, I'll look forward to getting that work in from you. Thanks, guys.